Florida Judge John C. Cooper has upheld a lawsuit filed in his personal capacity by a Democratic state senator from the south of the state challenging the legal framework GOP Governor Ron DeSantis used for transports last year of migrants from Texas to a community in Massachusetts. The trip, which was evidently facilitated without any prior notice to local leaders or members of the community where the migrants arrived, although residents quickly mobilized to help those involved, mirrored high-profile efforts by other Republican governors. That list includes Greg Abbott of Texas, whose administration was responsible for a trip that saw migrants arrive in temperatures below freezing outside the D.C. residence of the vice president on Christmas Eve. With the trip for which DeSantis was responsible and other ventures, concerns have also circulated about potential deception targeting those the organizers were trying to cajole into joining the voluntary trips, including about basic facts like the eventual destination. In Florida, the case from Democrat Jason Pizzo challenges the process by which the state set aside $12 million for the transport of migrants. Also at issue in general has been that the transports designated for support by those funds originate in Florida, but the migrants the DeSantis team ferried to Massachusetts started their trek in Texas, although the venture made a brief stop of under an hour in Florida itself. Pizzo argues a new initiative of the substance seen in something like the funds for transports for migrants requires a separate legislative effort rather than mere inclusion in routine budgeting. The Miami Herald noted the state team argued the budgetary provisions were actually just expanding on a law imposing restrictions on state partnerships with individuals transporting certain migrants into Florida unless detaining or removing those individuals from Florida or the United States. The thing is that other law was signed after the budget, so no argument about the two building off each other would inherently solve the fact that such isn't how time works. Cooper scheduled the trial in Pizzo's case to start at the end of this month, on January 30th. The DeSantis team specifically, and unsuccessfully, sought the case's dismissal. Separately, the Florida governor has already faced a raft of other scrutiny over the endeavor, including confirmation from the oversight official known as an inspector general at the Federal Treasury Department that they would be looking at DeSantis's usage of interest derived from federal relief funds connected to COVID-19 for the flights. That official spoke to the situation after an inquiry from members of the congressional delegation from Massachusetts. Florida authorities already used up a significant portion of the $12 million set aside for the migrant trips, already spending over $1.5 million, portions of which went towards at least one planned trip that never materialized as the nationwide outrage intensified. The flights didn't appear to do much to impact DeSantis' short-term political standing, as he was re-elected late last year by a staggering margin of nearly 20 percentage points, despite originally winning his post by less than half of 1%.